Okay, cool. All right, let's get started. Yeah, so this is our monthly the meetup. So we will go through all the current status and what we achieved in the last month, and then give you a few updates about the roadmap. And if you have any question, you are welcome to ask me, and I will be very happy to answer any question which is relevant to the MoonBit. So I suppose you can see all the. I write a simple Google Docs Markdown, so you have an idea of for this meetup. Actually, first I will give you a brief overview of the current the status of the MoonBit ecosystem. MoonBit is a very new language. It's a pre 1.0, but we are very close to the 1.0 so far. Actually, we have two large user base from the marketplace and the OpenBasic from the last month. I think it's January the 17th. January 17th, we grew from the for this installation from 10,400 to the 10,000 around 700, and for the OpenBasic, it grew from the 99,000 to the 108,000. And actually, you can see from the package for the Mooncake.io, right? If you for the Mooncake.io, actually we have a very sharp growth compared with the last month. We from the in the last month, in the 2 months before, we have like the 400 packages, but now we have like the in the last month, actually less than 1 month, we have the almost 3 times sharper growth, in my opinion. I think this is mostly due to the MoonBit AI because of the GPT 5.2, the latest large language model. I think now is a 5.3, right? The 5.3, which is really good for the long horizontal task for MoonBit. Actually, we have read a paper. If you know we have read a paper about the benchmark, the SWAGI, to use there's a paper if you are on the archive, how to use to benchmark different large language model with MoonBit, the performance. And this project is quite large. We have 2 projects to give the different large language model. You can see the different large language model to do the program. Like for this one is more than 1 day to write the language. And the good news is the code as 5.2 is so good. It can attack most problems in one go. So if you give you the enough the tests, enough specification, very clear specification, the AI can handle the large program. This is for the first time we see the MoonBit as a brand new language can be synthesized by the large language model. We are very excited, and you can see because so far MoonBit has a very little training data on the internet, right? So I expect by the end of this year, it will be a prime time for the AI to generate MoonBit program, because by the end of this year, the large language model will have way more data from MoonBit, and I suppose it will give you high quality data. And we have some visualization for different models. So far for the MoonBit AI coding, the 2 models, GPT 5.3 and the Cloud Opus 4.6, they are the best. Where the GPT 5.3 is slightly leading in the race. And the other models, besides these 2 models, the other models are not really useful at this time, but we hope they will catch up. Yeah. And yeah, so we also, if you are interested in the benchmark, actually we open source the benchmark today in this GitHub repo called SWAGI. Actually, there are some cool features because MoonBit is also open source. So if you go to the task, there are some, for example, if you go to the C999, and you can go to there's a markdown file. Yeah, if you are welcome to ask any questions. So if you go to the cool thing, for this benchmark, we define a declaration-oriented programming. So you can have a declare keyword in MoonBit, or I can say, we declare a new type called a C programmer. And then you can mix with the real implementation with the sub-error type, right? Then you have you can declare a new function called a declare function pass which generates a C program, and then raise the exception. Then you declare another function called a C program to test JSON. And then you can ask the large language model to fill the implementation in other files. So this why we need to use the declaration is because large language model sometimes will change your specification, right? So when you have you will try to modify your test, but here we can change make the declaration as a read only. So large language model will not change the specification, and then you will try to write the implementation in a separate files. So we will make the testing and the benchmark much easier compared with the other language. So this is a new feature in the last release to make sure the spec-driven test is easier. Actually, besides the test, we also have like besides all the tests, we have the public test, we have a private test, so you can make sure you are not overfitting, and we also have a quick check test. If you read all the blog like this one, today we just not, I think it's not this one, for the blog, the quick check, not I think it's in the resource pulse. Actually, yeah, today we just update a new prayer of how do you do the quick check test. The quick check test is the kind of like fuzzing of the program language, which generates a random test to make sure the AI generated code conform to the specification. Actually, we use this kind of technique to find bugs from the AI generated code. So if you're interested in how to use the AI to and benchmark the AI performance, you're welcome to visit our SWAGI website. It has everything you need, and we'll try to add more challenging tests in the future to evaluate the latest model, the performance. Cool. Yeah, this is the one thing we did in the and another thing, we are open source. We are also going to open source the MoonBit runtime. So if you have any problem with it is for the native runtime. So we for the how the garbage collection works, how the so the runtime, the native runtime will be open source very soon. That's the MoonBit AI. And for this release, we have a lot of feature lists. I will go through one by one, and you can tell from the version number like 0.8, which is very close to 1.0. So we have some remaining features to do. One is a single file mode. So we are going to have like the .mbtx. So you can just moon run and like the MBT. So we have the MBTX, and then can run this. Then you can write the script in the next, maybe it's already done in our naturally release. So this feature, single file mode, is already done in our naturally release, but I think it will be available in the next major release. And the cool thing with the MoonBit is why it's so cool, because we have combined with, we have first class JSON support, right? We have first class JSON. So for the CLI, you can compose the JSON, JSON in, JSON out. And we have first class the reject support, the let's match. So this will make the MoonBit very friendly to process as a glue language, to process, glue the different CLI together. So in the future, you can imagine all the MoonBit, the CLI program, we output JSON, JSON or JSON-L, pipe the JSON in JSON-L, and then compose them together. I expect it will be very cool. And another thing we are going to add is the list comprehension. So we are working on this, and this is two main features which is missing. And then we will clean up the core API. That's the things we after 0.08 we are going to work on. So we expect we will reach the 1.0 in the middle of this year, maybe in June or July. So we will see. Now let's go through the 0.8. This one, the point. Sorry, the point. Yeah. 0.8 the release for this release. I think the most exciting feature is a stack trace, and this is still work in progress. There's some rough edges, but we are so because before this release, when you have a panic in the native, then there's no way to debug it, right? So for this we have implemented the stack trace for the native backend, but for the Watson GC backend and the Watson backend, we are also going to support. We are going to support we actually for the Lex Match we have a GitHub Lex Match. Yeah, we have a dedicated repo for this. It's not officially announced, but you can see the Lex spec. You have all the tests. You can write the Lex Match, pattern match the string with the regex. I can paste the repo here. If you're interested in it's one. So I have a lot of the test for the it is basically a first call regex. So it makes the string processing much easier, and you can match the capture the match the values. And this is different from the JavaScript regex because the MoonBit, the first call regex is supposed to be very efficient. So don't need to worry about the efficiency. So it's supposed to be readable and efficient. Yeah. So I think the most exciting release is a initial support for the stack trace. We will continue to improve the stack support, and we are going to provide the stack trace support for all backends, including the native backend, the Watson GC backend, the Watson backend, and the JavaScript backend. And besides that, to support this feature, we have a standardized name mangling. So there will be how the MoonBit symbols to be mangled into native code will be standardized, which means if you have other tools like the profile, right? So for other tools like that profile, you can use the existing C profile tools, and then we demangle, then you can get the original MoonBit symbols. So not only stack trace, we are also going to support the profile. So you can use the AI to profile the MoonBit code and demangle the result, and you can see that we are the hotspot for the MoonBit code. So this is something we are really excited. So it's the initial release. We are going to polish the stack trace support and the profile support. This is I'm most excited about. The other is declare keyword. I already show you. So you can complete the separate. You can make because the MoonBit the package for the MoonBit package is a very similar to Go package, right? For a single package, it composes a list files. So you can make the specification, the interface complete separate from implementation. Then can ask the AI to generate all the implementation and then make sure it's always type checked. So these are formal, in my opinion, maybe a semi-formal specification. Yeah. So another thing I want to mention is in our roadmap, poster 10, we are also going to do the formal verification for MoonBit. So this is also on our roadmap to give you a very high confidence that the MoonBit program actually is correct. Yeah. So these are two main features we were excited about in the last release. And there are some minor updates. This is for the sub-error type, which is just to keep the language simple. We remove the syntax sugar, which is basically because we suppose in the future AI will write most code. So this kind of syntax sugar is not very useful for the AI. Yeah. So for this is also to make sure the language is small, to make it coherent. We remove some syntax sugar, and for this feature, the function ref. Now, function ref is basically the function pointer, right? Because MoonBit is provide a first class closure support, so everything in MoonBit is a closure, but it will be operated away. But function ref is exactly the C code. Now, because now we support you can call the function ref, so you can for this feature, the original motivation is because we have binding to the LVM. But binding to the LVM, we have the function pointer. So you want to call the function pointer to JIT compilation your code. So this feature is give you the ability to call the C code from MoonBit. Yeah. Yeah, so for this feature is for the stack trace. For the stack trace, as we show to you. Yeah. So for declaration is original when we introduced the declaration is we use the attribute, but now after we have a new keyword, so the attribute is no longer needed. Yeah. And for this one, the is for the convenience. So we want to be we have introduced another we used to have a 0 dot dot less than 4, right? We have the other direction. So you can reverse iterate the array, reverse iterate the range without writing a lot of the loop variables. So this is a small syntax sugar, but may be useful to make sure you write the elegant code. Yeah, so this so to make this natural, we have to add the old syntax, the x dot dot less than y. So make sure it is now yeah. So make it slightly more verbose than the old y. Yeah. So that for this one, it's a slightly more strict rules. So we have an old. Yes, this reverse iterators. So for this one, previously when you have a private struct, which is private, you can still do the functional update. But we found is a bug. So now now the compiler will enforce if the struct has some private fields, you cannot do the functional update. This is previous it never works, but it will crash. Now the compiler will catch the error. Yeah, and this is the Lex Mesh. If you can go to the Lex Mesh spec to see all the examples, but it's still work in progress. We will officially announce it when we feel like it's in a good stage. Oh yes. So another feature I'm very excited is this one. For the struct. Now MoonBit have a constructor idea of constructor. So you have a struct s, right? Struct s. You have two fields x, y, int, and then you can declare a new constructor. Constructor is essentially a function. It's exactly the same as a function. But the cool stuff is the constructor is now when you have a check mode here, I can just write the s equals 0 s. Yeah, it looks like a z, but it's even better than the. Why I'm very cool about this is when we have for example, I'll give you an example. It's now, right? You have a let x equal array of the s, right? Then in the check mode, you can just write s equal 0, s x equal 2. Before this, you have to write the code in the let. Supposedly, if the s is come from another package, right? Another package, package a.s. You can write this code. Before this, you have to write x array at pkg.s. You have to write it in a very verbal style. You have to write called pkg.a.s new x equal 1 and at pkg.a.s equal new x equal 2, right? It's very verbose. And now with the check mode, even the type is from another package. And you don't need to write all the boring stuff. So it's very easy for you to compose the DSL. And then if you suppose you have another type, like structure z s equal s, right? And then you can, for the check mode, it still works. So here you can say let x equal array y, right? So then you don't need to write you can just say, okay, s equal sx dot y. So you don't need to write so you can write in a very elegant style. So because in the check mode, and the constructor is unique, so the compiler will infer the constructor for you. So it's much compared with this style. Yeah, and now you can, because there is a function, you can hide someone, right? You can have some optional arguments. You don't need to write every field, because otherwise, without the constructor, you have to write every field. So this is, in my opinion, very convenient for you to compose the DSL, to write the code in a declarative style. Cool. Yes. So this feature I'm also very excited. If you And for this feature, I think is a bug fix. Now you can deprecate the alias. Oh, another cool stuff I want to show you is a debug feature. So this is a very cool because previously we have a derived shoe, right? But derived shoe is the signature for the derived shoe is give you a string output. A string output, which means if you compose them together, it's not pre-printed. There's no nasty indentation. But the derived debug it can be pre-printed, so you can compose them together, and then we have a debug inspect. Then we give you a nice indented format, and because the debug the difference between the debug give you the structured. I think I should enlarge the data. Debug give you structured output, right? The should just give you a string. So then you have, because it's structured output, now you have a pretty printer. You have pretty printer. You have also, we are also introducing the structured diff. So we have two data structures which is different. Then we can use instead of using string, we can use the structured diff to give you a better the diff output for you. So debug is something we are going to promote for all the data structure should have a debug. And then for the shoe, actually is more like the display in Rust. This is more like display in Rust. In the future, we want people to debug, implement display by hand. So these are the evolution. Yeah, we want to make sure the debug is a recommended way to debug data structure. And I believe there are some people write a post. I think it's about the pure script derive with the increased you mean the bundle size? Actually, let me fix first the derive shoe. It's down, right? I think there's a post about why we do this. Let me check the. Yeah, I think this is a proposal we. Yeah, I think this one. If you are interested in why we go this route, you can have a look at this link why we choose this from pure script. For the bundle size, I suppose if you don't use debug print in the production code, so if you only use debug print in your test, it should be DCE, it should be data code animated. If it's not, then it may be a bug. We can help you. We are very happy to resolve. If the derived debug is only used in the testing, in the debugging, then it should be DCE. It should be removed. And if not, we are yeah, no print. Yeah, if you have something we can. Okay, cool. I found if you have something we can reproduce, I will be happy to have a look. And so we suppose should be DCE. If not, we are going to see if we can fix it. Yeah. Let me see the other. So and then you can ignore, because when you are in the migration, maybe some data structure is not derived debugging. You can ignore some of the type. So it's very convenient. Then it will only be displayed dot. So here is a typical use case for debug print. You use it in the test code, and ideally should be DCE. So you don't need to pay. Otherwise, I'm be happy to have a look and fix it if we increase the bundle size. Cool. Yeah. So for this one, it's a tiny cleanup. You clean up the language to make it more compact, more smaller. So previously the construct is also a function. Now it's removed. So you have to, because we support the arrow function, so it's not much more verbose. We're going to keep the language simple. So this is a tiny cleanup. This is also a tiny cleanup to make the language small and easy to reason about. So for the effect analysis, for the FN, we don't infer the effect analysis. We only infer the effect for the lambda function. So only Otherwise, for the local function, you have to annotate if the language is async or raise function. We only do the inference for the arrow lambda function. For this one is also clean up of the language semantics to make the language simple. So x.ff.f is just distributed to the x.f and return x, so you can train the method together. Yeah, this is a tiny cleanup for the language. So previous called else, but it's really confusing. What it else means? So else mean here we just use a language called no break. So here if when you write a for loop, right? If it exit, there's multiple ways to exit the loop. If it exit from the break, then this will not be executed. If it executed from break, then this will be executed. So we choose a verbose keyword, which is more meaningful. Actually, this idea is borrowed from Python. I think Python called for else, but it's too confusing. We just call it no break to make sure it's easy to understand. Oh yeah, another cool stuff is we added a new warning: unnecessary annotation. This is trying MoonBit. We have a lot. Let me open the light. It's a bit. Yeah, I hope this is better. So one focus for MoonBit is to so the main focus for MoonBit is try to fix the AI slop. So because the AI is because the AI is so productive, AI can generate like tens of thousands programs for you. But sometimes the AI generated code quality is not good. So we are going to add more and more warnings to help you to fix the AI generated code. This is the first thing we are trying to do. Is called a new warning called unnecessary annotation, because AI will generate very verbose code like the letter X as I show you, give you a type, right, package.d, and then we give you package.t blah blah. The construct type is too verbose. So if you turn on this warning, then the AI will give you a warning. Oh, this is redundant. You can just remove it. So this is our first try to help you to fix the AI slop, and we are going to add more warnings to help people to fix the AI generated code, to improve the quality of AI generated code. Yeah. Oh, another cool stuff is MBTI, the moon.pkg file. Previously, it used the JSON format. Now you can just write the import the package path and the alias if you need, and then have warnings for this. This is much more convenient compared with the older. And you can, of course, you can have your favorite comments here, because in the JSON file you cannot have any comments, but now you can put the comments anywhere. And this is also one step to prepare for our single file mode. Because in the single file mode, you have to write the import, right? Because for single file, you have to import some module from some package. So this is also to prepare for the single file mode support. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you. So yeah. So our focus next. To help fix the AI slop. That's our the next focus. This is for the single. This is a moon.pkg file support. Now we have the parallel test support, and we also have. I didn't mention. We also now have the moon test filter, so you can also filter the your test. And also introduce the test index for range. This is for AI. So AI to binary search. So if you have find some bug in the test set, right? Because and when the file has a lot of tests, to give you the indexing, and then AI to do the binary search to find the problem of the testing. And another subcommand is about the moon install, because the MoonBit now is actually MoonBit now is quite good to write a CLI test. CLI. So we'll have a Moon store, and soon we're also going to we are working on to make MoonBit very good to write the CLI, and in our core library, we are also going to have have the command line parsing. Yeah, we also have built-in command line parsing support to save you from the tedious work to write the command parsing everywhere. So we'll try to make the MoonBit easier to write the CI tools. Another is a regest backend. For the regest backend, we have two kind of options. One is the complete static, which is the most performant. The other is the runtime. Runtime using our regest library, which is slightly slower, but it generates smaller bundle size. So if you are sensitive to the bundle size, you can use the runtime. Then you will be the upfront cost will be the same. Then it will not grow arbitrarily. So this is for the different regest backend, and this is for tiny Moon CI fix. Give you a change directory semantics. Yeah, and this is because the debuggability is supposed to be faster, so we fix the semantics. And for the single file mode, actually we already support the single file mode. It's called from Markdown. So in MoonBit today, you can write a single file, but it's slightly verbose. You can write a Markdown file, and then you can import the package and the modules. This is all kind of the single file support. For example, like we also use the Markdown file, the single file to write some blog post, but we are also working to add a real world single file test. Yeah, and then this is for MoonNew is for a new template to update to. Oh, another thing we added for AI is called MoonFetch. This is also for the AI because AI can learn a lot from the existing repos. But you don't always want to use MoonAdd, right? Because MoonAdd will add your package to your dependency. This is not really what you want. So you can have a new subcommand called MoonFetch. Then in MoonFetch, for example, you want to do how teach AI to do the async programming. You can just MoonFetch the AI async example repo. Then tell the AI, oh, there's some repo in the dot repos, and learn from by example. So this is also for the AI to learn the how to write MoonBit code. Let me check. So by default is generate table. So by default is this one. By default is a large size, but it is performant. By default, this one. But if you care about the size, then you can use the runtime. Runtime is runtime is of less size. Yeah. Cool. So MoonFMT is a slightly fixed. It's a long because previously we cannot. We always try to remove the shrink all the empty lines. So we support preserve the empty lines. I think it's a long-awaited feature request. Now it's fixed. Okay, so for the Markdown, because in Markdown file in MoonBit, when you have a MoonBit check, it will be type checked and the test will be running. Now we make them more explicitly. So you have to write the MPT check and MPT no check. Then it's more explicit to avoid confusing the AI. This is also to make AI not confusing when it's checked or not. So that is standard libraries. So I won't not go through one by one. Yeah, I think ID updates. Oh yeah, so we have keeping adding new features called in the Moon ID subcommand. Now you support the Moon ID whoever. So for example, if you want to whoever somewhere in a location, you can just Moon ID whoever. Then give you the type. Give you type. So this is also for AI. So we'll if you write the skills, you can tell the AI there's a feature called Moon ID whoever, and then AI will try to whoever over the line and get you the result of the type. So all the Moon ID tools actually are written for AI to make sure it works more smoothly. Oh yeah, another feature called Moon ID rename. Is also this feature is also designed for AI. So for example, you can Moon ID rename from this one to this one, and then the command line will generate the OpenAI the patch style. Will give you a patch because we don't really do the rename for you. We'll give you a patch, and the AI will say, oh, if this patch is correct, then AI will try to apply the patch. This is all. And why we write all the command in CLI format is because we believe the LSP actually is not the correct way for the AI to do the semantic analysis. We believe this way is more simpler and more scalable and more efficient compared with the LSP. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I want to share with you about this release. And we are going to add more features to make the AI to write the MoonBit code efficiently. And we are also focusing on to help the AI to fix the slop, to improve the quality of generated code. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything I want to share with you. And I will be very happy to take it. If you have any question, you can just type in the message or you speak out. I mean, I will be very happy to answer any questions. Yeah, so yeah. Any question? Yeah, so yeah, MoonBit long. So the question is, I think will be integrated in MoonBit long core. So yes, so this is in our roadmap prior to 1.0. So we want to integrate it because we believe we want to give you our user one shop experience. Just you install the core library and you can do the I/O stuff. So you want to, but for the support for the Wasm and Wasm GC maybe post 1.0 because the as you know the Wasm P3, right? Wasm P3. So Wasm is supposed to be reach this year. So we have to wait for the for it to be standardized. Then we make we started working on it. But from what we can tell, the standardized process actually is quite long. I mean, so it's within our I think it's beyond our reach. So we have to wait for them to be standardized. Then we may start to support the Wasm backend for the async. Another thing I want to share with you is skills. Maybe and Java plus Wasm maybe a good, very good fit. Because when you ship your code to your clients, right? And for them, if you ship your code if you ship a Python code to your clients, you have to ask your user to install the Python runtime, which is not realistic. So if you only ship a Wasm code to your clients, then the clients can use the Wasm to do the other skills. And because Wasm is also more secure, there's a sandbox for you. So maybe in the future we investigate to use the Wasm as a distribution format to distribute the MoonBit code as skills. And we are also planning to go to called a Wasm store to share the CLI tools as a Wasm. So another thing we want to investigate the user. We have our own Wasm store so you compare the Wasm, and that will be a cross-platform. Then share your code everywhere with other people using Wasm as a portable format. Yeah, cool. Any other question? I will be very happy to take any question. If no, then we are going to